Plaintiff Eric Bufang is transgendered and says he started dating the defendant after they met at a gay bar. But after the two of them broke up, the defendant tried to poison him. Eric is suing for personal property, stolen money, and emotional distress. Defendant Erica Barksdale says when she started dating Eric, she had no idea he was born a woman, and he never told her. Erica denies trying to poison Eric and insists it was a suicide attempt. She's countersuing for damaged property and emotional distress.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I am a transgender individual. I was born a female. When I was 18, I changed my name to Eric. In 2005, I was working for an establishment that found out that I was transgendered. They fired me, and I brought forth a suit that made it in the state of New York illegal to discriminate against transgendered individuals. It was a deep impact on my community for the simple fact that...
Now, how did they find out? You and the boss?
No, not at all. I was doing so well at my job.
You were doing so well?
Yeah, I was basically
they said, this must be a woman. Go ahead.
I was doing so well, the guy that was before me, I basically just ran him through, and the chef loved me the best that he brought in my high school yearbook that showed me as a female.
Gotcha. All right, so you were fired?
I was fired.
And what happened? The court ruled in your favor when you sued?
They stated that it was illegal for the place I was working at to fire me for those reasons. Mm-hmm. And it was put in the state law in the state of New York that anybody who's transsexual or transgendered are considered to be under the sexual discrimination laws of the state of New York.
Okay, they have a protected status.
Yes, we have a protected status now of that law.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Well, from there,
glad to hear that.
In November of last year, I met the defendant at a gay bar, and it started off as a one-night stand, but it led to more. Whereas 6 months into the relationship, I never thought that I'd be waking up in a hospital because I was in a coma from being around this defendant. Well, basically,
he tried to commit suicide, Your Honor.
That is not true.
He OD'd on his medication, metformin and ibuprofen.
That is not true.
Give me some background on the
like Eric said, I did meet him at a gay party. I was invited there by a mutual friend. Mm-hmm. When I arrived to the party, I assumed everybody at this party would be gay, but I met Mr. Eric, and when I met Mr. Eric, Eric started explaining to me that he has kids, how he works, and he's doing his thing. As we pursued the relationship, Eric did not tell me he was born a woman, okay?
Eric did not
tell me this.
Why did he need to tell you?
Because
you didn't notice?
No, I noticed he was a woman? No, he was dressed as a man. How he looked now?
No. At what point did you find out?
3 months down the line when he told me to Google him.
That's my point. If you all were dating for 3 months, you would think that you would notice.
No, you know how I noticed?
You say, hey, baby,
Eric doesn't wear a strap-on. It's attached to him internally. I have pictures to show you how it's attached.
What is it again?
It's attached. Would you like to see the picture?
No. Let's do it. Doyle, the evidence. I need for you to look at it. I don't need for me.
It's not my shit. You gotta look at it.
It's attached to him eternally. So when he showed me these pictures,
believe you, all right?
Okay, I didn't know that was a woman.
Okay, ma'am.
He kept telling me, Google me. Every time we were getting in an argument, Google me. You'll see who I am. Google me. So one day I decided to Google him like he said. And when I Googled him, the issue he explained, the transgender lawsuit, came up. I told Eric, why did you lie to me? I was very upset. You know, this is something you tell me. You tell me. You don't wait. You get killed for stuff like that. You tell me. Okay. And so I stayed with Eric. You know what I'm saying? I did care. But as time went, I couldn't cope with it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't cope with it. That morning when Eric woke up in the hospital, I told Eric that morning, I cannot be with you no more. I cannot do this.
Tell me about what led him to the suicide attempt.
We always argued. Eric moved into my house. Right. We met in November. Between November 20th and November 27th, which is Thanksgiving, Eric was already living with me. Okay? And when Eric would get dressed, he'll go in the bathroom, he'd take his clothes in the bathroom, so I never knew. When we had sex the first time, we was in the dark. And if you look at the picture, it's attached, so I did not know it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? All I know, it was enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? All right. He did his thing, you know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't know. No, then me and Eric always fought through our relationship. Anybody that knows us know we fought about the sky being green. We would fight about anything. We wasn't compatible for each other. And I'm not gonna lie, I am not an easy female to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm not. You know.
Tell me about this suicide attempt.
Oh, the suicide.
No,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The suicide attempt, Your Honor, was false. I had not eaten anything that day. Me and her were going back and forth arguing on the 27th. I did not eat.
This was after she discovered your sexuality.
She knew that since the first night when we got together.
How did she know?
How did she know? Because I had to go into the drawer to go get it. That's how it went.
She said she didn't see you.
Nah, that's a lie. She slept with me that first night. The first night we got together, I had to go get it. And I showed it to her.
Okay, so why did you all break up then?
She's very deceiving, very conniving.
You sound like you're the deceiving one based on what she's saying. Tell me the incident that caused you all to break up.
Which was February 22nd. That morning I woke up and what she was telling me and how she was saying that she needed this, she needed that. I felt like she was just being a gold digger and I was sick of it. March 27th, we were arguing back and forth. I was ready to leave. She wouldn't let me leave. She called the cops on me a couple of times. I was trying to get my property out the house. Then she started calling me and telling me I had left with the cops the first time, but I couldn't find my cell phone. And when I came back, I hadn't eaten all day. It was about 9:30 at night. I came back, I went into the kitchen and started getting the rest of my stuff from my house. I was asking for my cell phone. Then I got lightheaded. And next thing I remember, she said, "You want some orange juice?" She brought me the orange juice, and then I'm waking up in the hospital strapped onto the bed. That's exactly
and what was it? Missing a big part that has to do with her.
From there, what the doctors informed me of, because she was the one that brought me into the hospital, she said that I had tried to attempt suicide for the fact that she had broken up with me, which is a complete false statement. From there, they were telling my mother that I had an antipsychotic in my system, and they wanted to know if I was on antipsychotic meds.
So you're suggesting that she put an antipsychotic in your drink?
Yes.
No, that's not how it happened, Your Honor. Eric did leave my house. He packed up all his belongings. The cops was called, first of all. Eric packed up all his belongings. And the police escorted him and his belongings outside to his car.
That's what he's about to tell me about, I'm sure. The personal property, sir.
Well, she still has my property at her home.
No. Is that after you went to the hospital?
Yes,
you left your property there.
I left my property there.
Did you ever come back and get it?
No, I didn't. My mother actually came to the house.
And she's withholding it?
Yes.
All right. What is she withholding? You have a list there?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. And you have the amount that you're asking for?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And stolen money?
Correct.
Tell me how she stole your money.
Through that process, Your Honor, she had, when I was admitted to the hospital, she basically went through my safe and took my property. She took my earrings.
How much?
$500 cash.
And how does she owe you for emotional distress?
For the fact of threatening my life and then threatening my family's life on top of that.
Okay, ma'am. When he went to the hospital, did you take any of his property?
He had his keys. He gave his mother the keys in the hospital to come to my house to remove the vehicle. His stuff was in the car. He moved his stuff out with the police and put it in his friend's car.
All of his things were taken?
All of his things is out of my house.
So he's just making all of this up?
Yes, he is. He's making this up. Eric is making this up. She never left anything at my house. Okay, his mother came to the house the next day with the keys, took the car, and Eric also came to my house after that to pick up a knife he had left there, a butcher's knife, a cooker's knife. He did, when he came to pick up, I asked him, Eric, do you have anything else here? He went around the house, there was people there. He went around the house, searching the house and making sure he had everything. At that point, Eric said, I have everything. Eric cried to me.
What do you say to the emotional distress?
Did you stress? I'm the one stressed. You're the one lying about your sexuality to me. I have to go see a psychiatrist.
Lies.
Stress? I'm twisted in the head right now. I don't know if I'm gay or straight.
Your Honor.
Stress? I'm checking everybody nowadays like, what you got?
And the damaged property you're suing for?
Yes, he came on last month on the 26th after we left court and kicked in my door. These are the pictures, these are the reports.
Why?
He kicked in my, I don't know, ask him, I wasn't there. My landlord saw him. She wrote up a.
Did you call the police?
She called the police. By the time the police got there, he was gone.
The landlord says it was him?
Yes, and the neighbors saw him.
Let me see the letter. Sir, did you kick in the door?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
So the landlord is lying on you?
Yes,
the next door neighbor witness.
And did she mention it to you ever about kicking in the door?
I never called
Your
him.
Honor.
And do you have a police report?
No, because he wasn't there when they came.
And they don't have to be there. They know how to
I wasn't there, so I would have got a police report.
Ma'am, the emotional distress is because he deceived you and
Yes,
caused
also because, Eric made an agreement when he first came to stay at my house. He said to me, Erica, being that I know you're having problems right now, I'm going to agree to pay you $550 and being that you're giving me a room to stay in.
You're not telling me
And when he didn't, I had to stress out over arguing with him all the time.
Arguing.
Yes.
All right. Courts don't grant emotional distress over arguments. Any other evidence that you have to prove any part of your case?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a text messages from between me and Ms. Barksdale.
About what?
About basically me and her going back and forth about the furniture, and on top of that...
I never stayed nobody in. You can't cancel all. I just got the paper. I don't see anything about the furniture.
No, that's about threatening me, actually.
About what?
Threatening my life.
Okay, what else, sir?
And then on top of that, I have a voice recording of her stating that her landlord gave her back my weed.
Why did it take us so long to get to that? You give me text messages that say nothing. You say that tells you about the furniture. It says not one word about furniture. Now you come up with a voicemail. Let's hear the voicemail. And I bet it better have something about the furniture.
I'm going to leave it for your voicemail because I want you to play it over and over and over for yourself to remember how stupid you were. You came to my house today. The lady brought the weed to the house and she brought a DVD player. And I was going to give it to you. But you so arrogant, so big-headed, so stupid. You walked in my house and want to start searching my house. I wish I would have known you had money. Wish you would have known. Because I would have took that. If I wanted to me, I would have took your jewelry when I was in the hospital. I would have took your ring. I would have never told you I had it. And nobody know I had it. Nobody would have known I had it.
Yeah?
Yes, I did say that. I left it, and I don't have a problem because he accused me for stealing
about the property.
Yes, he accused me for stealing the weed. I didn't steal the weed.
And by the way, sir, that's all I heard was about the weed.
The weed and the DVR recorder.
All right, so that's two things. In fact, I heard her say...
The rings.
Right, you got it back.
Yeah, my ring.
You're suing for it. Both your cases are dismissed. You haven't proven anything. You got your jury. You have jury down here as something you're trying to recover. You flash it on me today. Both your cases are dismissed.
Eric, I just have nothing to say. You just need to be honest about who you are. Tell people I am a woman. Stand proud. Women are good. It's good to be a woman. I mean, evidently you can't be half the woman I am if you have to go and change yourself.
You liked it when you was getting it, so...
It was all right. I'm not going to complain, but be honest.